Hello and welcome to Vonnetti Acres. What you're seeing in this picture is an image that was taken last Saturday, which was November 15th. And this is the progress to date. Let's see how we got there. So as you know from last time we left off, I had finished the floor framing over the crawl space of the main house, and the rest of it was still incomplete, such as the garage and the workshop. So I'll take you through some of the pictures that were taken of that progress, and we'll go forward. So the first step was to get the garage walls up, in the foundation garage walls that is, and I needed to use the house completed house framing for my dimensioning. So everything was established off of that, 16 feet wide, and trying to keep everything straight and square, which turned out pretty good. So I was satisfied with that. And then the next step was to move on to the shop foundation in the back. So for the workshop, I decided to change the foundation to a post and beam style. And that just was to make it a little bit easier for me. And it turned out to be a good choice. The reason for that is it was just easier to put together, even though it looks like it might be difficult. But basically I used 3 2x10s for the beams. Here's a close-up. And those sit on 3 2x6s that I nailed together for the posts. And those posts sit on a composite material pad that helps to spread the load into the stone footing below. So the stone is about 8 to 10 inches thick, and it pretty much acts like concrete. And the pad just helps keep the post off of the stone and spread the weight a little bit easier. Otherwise the post would just sink into the stone. So anyway, eventually I screwed the pad directly to the post to kind of hold it in place. Use brackets at the top to hold the beam and the post together, and then everything works in concert. So the posts are 6 feet apart, so there's 8 total on each wall going lengthwise, and widthwise there's 2 intermediate posts from the corner at 9-foot spacing. So everything is calculated out. It's what I do for a living, and I'm pretty confident that this is going to work really well. So that was completed on October 17th. So at this point, it's starting to get a little bit late in the season, so I wanted to prepare everything for backfill and rough grade. So that was the next step, but before I could do that, I had a few other things I had to do. So the next step was to add insulation to the outside walls of the crawl space, and this is 2-inch rigid foam insulation. This crawl space will be insulated on both the outside and inside, and heat and air conditioning will be brought into the crawl to keep it from getting too much water damage over the years. A lot of current day crawl spaces are ventilated with insulation in the floor, and typically you get a lot of moisture and long-term damage results from that. So I'm going this route. Next step was to install my drainage system. This is to collect water off the roof into the downspouts and run it underground. And this will serve one of 2 purposes, either just to simply drain this water away to a safe place on the property, or collect this water as rainwater harvesting to use as my actual water supply. I haven't really come to a conclusion on whether I'm going to do that or not, but the option will be there. As you can see here, I just have some risers coming up for where the downspouts will be located, and then I'm just running 4-inch PVC around from the back of the shop all the way around to the front, and there will be one point of discharge at the northeast corner. This is the front of the house. And if anybody's wondering how I learned how to lay pipe and do this type of work, the credit goes to my late uncle, Kazar Kazarian. Taught me everything I knew about plumbing. Anyway, this is everything running to this point, and it will discharge out to the north end of the house. I put a 10-foot extension on this part and buried it. Got good pictures so I know where it is, because now it's underground, and this will eventually lead to, like I said, either a rainwater harvesting tank or just drain to opening. So for anybody wondering, these pipes run at a pitch of about 1/4 inch per 10 feet, so it will roll downhill. Like I said, it will either run to daylight or to a rain harvesting tank. So now everything's ready for backfill, and that would be the next step. So I started the backfilling process right around November 6th, I believe it was. Maybe the 5th. So I rented a Bobcat with tracks, and that way I could move a lot of stone and dirt much faster than I've been able to do in the past. Basically had 75 yards of gravel to use as my backfill, and then I also moved all those old piles of dirt that were left over from the excavation. And I used that to backfill in areas where I needed to kind of help the grading a little bit. So what you're seeing is basically finished product. I didn't get any chance to do video or pictures while I was doing the work, as I was in a bit of a hurry, as I was interrupted a couple days by one rain day, and then we had that first snow on Sunday, I think it was November 9th, and that kind of set me back a little bit. So I finally finished all of this grading on the 12th of November, and this is where things stand as of now. There's still some work I would like to do this year, but it's going to depend on the weather, and most of that would include building the floor framing over the workshop. I decided instead of putting that on a slab, I'm going to frame a floor similar to the house, and that way everything will be on one level. And chances of getting that completed in the winter are probably slim, but you never know. If I get a break in the weather, I'll try to get that done. Overall, happy with the progress so far. Certainly would like to be further along, but I can't complain. Working by myself, generally everything's taking 3 to 4 times longer than it would with a crew. And then I've had a couple interruptions, things that I had to do in order to finish to where I got now. Anyway, there will be probably at least one more video this year. Hopefully have some drone pictures from that as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.